Okay, folks, I'm going to give you a nice quick tour of the studio cabins here on Norwegian Epic. These are the solo cabins, so you rent these by yourselves. This is basically the exact kind of cabin you're going to receive, very similar to other ships such as NCL Breakaway. Something unique about this cabin, though, is this cabin's all the way to the front of the ship and on the port side. So what that means is, instead of having a door here that's going to be connected to another cabin, which you could share with a family member or friend, it's just going to be a mirror. Other than that, this is the exact same cabin as every other part of the ship, as far as studios go. So, basically we're going to go counterclockwise here. I'm going to show you all the features of the cabin. And any questions, just throw them at the bottom of the YouTube video, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So first things first. We'll start right here with the climate control. This is how you turn up the air, make it warmer or cooler, obviously. All you do is just press these arrows, and the little dial here will tell you where it's going to be. I like to keep it on maximum cold, because the AC works decent, but it's not as cold as usually I have it in my house. When I go to sleep, I sleep better when it's cool. So I keep it all the way cold, best to my ability there. I go over here because this here's the little porthole window that you probably saw in the hallway at the beginning of the video. And the thing with this window is it's supposed to go to the hallway. However, when you look out it, and we'll adjust that, and I'll show you this in a minute here. The window is now open. However, you can't see anything because the glass is frosted. So even if you have this window open, you could still be in here getting dressed or laying out, and you'll still have your privacy. It's kind of there just for decoration. And there's a light, obviously, you can see in there. It's changing colors very slowly. Went from blue to green right now. So I like to generally keep this closed at night because it'll keep me up. But if you want to kind of just have it there for your decoration, if you want to move the blinds, as you can see, just by doing that, all you do is you turn this dial right here. Really probably the most pointless feature of the cabin, but unique idea for a space, I guess. Coming over here, this is the, when you're coming to your cabin, NCL had the idea that they wanted to save, energy. And there's nothing wrong with saving energy, saving the planet, going green, all that. However, sometimes I like to keep the lights on if I'm stepping out just for a minute, coming back. And NCL's idea for this key card holder is to have you place your key card in there if you want the lights to turn on and off. However, you don't need to use your actual ship key card. Any card will work. As you can see, I'm using an IKEA key card, or just an IKEA card, so to say. So you can throw that into there, and guess what? The lights will work just like you have your cruise key card in there. So there we go, little tip and trick right there. These are the lights. This one turns off the shower. Correction, this one turns off the main middle light right here. The middle one turns on and off the shower, and this one turns on and off the mood lighting in the cabin. So it's now off. Click it again, it'll come back on. Okay, moving on over here. Here is the restroom to the cabin. The light will remain off in there until you step through because it's got a motion sensor in here. A lot of people give a lot of problems about the shower being too small. I think the shower is adequate. The bathroom, however, is definitely small. You can imagine trying to arrange yourself in here, trying to use the facilities, and sometimes it's a bit of a hassle. You're bumping into walls, or even worse for me, the toilet, which is, kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. Little trash can right there. You even got something we can clean the toilet with if you so desire. And extra toilet paper will generally be right there. So that is our restroom. Here is the mirror. moving on, here is our shower. A lot of complaints about the shower, saying it's pretty small. It is actually quite adequate for my needs. I'm definitely a bigger guy, but I fit in here, and I managed to still, be able to scrub my ankles or whatever else I need to do. It's equipped with a laundry line right there, so you can kind of dry off your clothes if you're in the pool or been in the ocean earlier. And left side is how you turn it on. Right side's the hot or cold. They provide you with everything you might need as far as shampoo and soap. So it works. Plenty of storage opportunities. I think it's pretty cool. They put these little bubbles here to go with the mood lighting. And as you can see, I have all my stuff kind of in there. Some storage down here. Down here you will also find a hairdryer if you need it. Now here is the sink area. So some people were kind of, it's a little bit different than some cruise ships. I would say most cruise ships. They have the sink out here in the living area instead of a shower and a toilet and a sink in a bathroom. So they got everything separated. I think the setup is actually very good. I like the way it is, but a lot of people don't. So anyways, they'll refill your soap here. As you can see, I have all my amenities. More storage space down here. Okay, moving on now. Here is another storage space. This is where you can kind of put some of your clothes. This is where I put my clothes. I got some stuff dried, cleaned, and laundered earlier. Some polo shirts. This is basically where I store the majority of my shirts and shorts and pants. And something about the laundry I'll mention is wait until about halfway through the cruise, and they will offer you basically a bag full of laundry for 20, 25 bucks. I can't remember. It's either 20 or 25. If you do it a little bit earlier, like the day before, like I did, being naive about it, they charged me 20 bucks for 2 shirts and 2 shorts. So instead of stuffing all my clothes in a big bag and giving it to them to wash for 20 bucks, I had to pay for 4 sets of clothing for 20 bucks because I didn't wait an extra day. But, that's what happens. We'll get to the TV in a minute here. Here is the extra storage where I throw my socks and my my night clothing or my undergarments. Storage up there. Down here we have a little stool. This is where you can kind of sit on. I guess this is supposed to be your desk. Very small. And I say very small because if you pull it out, you'll notice that it's not any bigger. In fact, that's where it ends. This is the desk. So if you're planning on bringing in your gaming laptop and setting it here and doing some work, you're probably going to want to come over on the bed instead. But you do have an outlet right there. Should mention too, by the way, back over here with the storage space area, there is an outlet in there, and that turns on and off your sink light. Back over here, very small. Cabin steward will make sure you're filled with ice at all times. Let's see. There's the little room service guide mini bar you can order, gives you the menu and everything else. Now the TV, right now I have it on the information channel, which basically goes through, where you're at, where you're going. If you're kind of like a data geek, tech geek like me, and you kind of want to know all that fun information, what time it is the next port, as you can see, the time is 10:47 at Great Stirrup Cay, where we're on our way now. That's where we are at the moment, our ship. We're in the middle of the Bahamas, and getting closer to our destination. As you can see, I'm most way through my cruise. Other channels you will have include this. So we have the safety information channel, iConcierge, which is the Norwegian app that you can basically do everything you can do on the TV with, which I'll show you in a minute here. Here's everything you can do, basically. You can watch movies. Now, you can either buy select new hit movies, or you have to you have to just kind of watch what's on. Basically, it's like the movie channel. So I'm just curious. Let's see what's on. Selma? I'm not sure. It kind of looks like it. I haven't actually seen Selma, but if that, it kind of looks like what's on. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure some of you are either nodding or getting really ticked off at the computer right now because I didn't name the right movie. Anyways, your favorite TV shows, same thing. You'll have just the select hits of different TV shows. And then no matter what side of the political aisle you're on, you will be set because this TV is very slow. As you can see, I was clicking on this and it wasn't working. No matter what side of the political aisle you're on, they got you covered. They got MSNBC on the far left, Fox News on the far right, and BBC for those of you that are, not so trusting of the American media. It's pretty dark outside right now. It's about 11 almost, so you're not going to see anything from the bridge, but you could do that here if you wanted to. So anyways, the other thing you can do is you can set this up right here on the menu, and you have access to all kinds of stuff, information. Your account review, you could see, how deep in the hole you are. Cruise Next, that's kind of like a program they have on board where you can put money to deposit down now for a future cruise. Ports and tours, movies you can rent, all kinds of different things. My favorite thing to keep an eye on, tendering is important, by the way. For those ports, as you can see, it's very slow, unfortunately. For those ports that require a tender, like Grand Cayman and Great Stirrup Cay, you have to actually, if you don't book a tour through the cruise line, then you have to set up a tender. You have to basically get a tender ticket. It's free, but you want to make sure you do that as early as possible. Otherwise, you might be getting off the ship a lot later than you intended to. What else we got here? The one I wanted to show you is what's going on. If it works. Unfortunately, the system doesn't quite work half the time. Activities. Yes. Tell me all the stuff that's happening right now on the ship today. It's so slow they have to give you little facts to read to keep you entertained as they try to push through the different stuff, all the information. See, it's still not loading. We'll come back to that if it loads, tell you what, alright? But anyways, what that will do for you, by the way, is that'll kind of tell you everything that's going on hour by hour, all the activities, basketball tournaments, art auctions, everything that goes on the ship. And it almost loaded. There it is. So this is earlier. The first thing they had this morning was a morning stretch. If you wanted to go stretch with a bunch of sweaty old people in the fitness center, then you were more than happy to do it at 7 a.m. in the morning on a sea day. But they have all kinds of great things. In fact, I'm going to go watch Star Wars The Force Awakens in the atrium. As you can see, I'm clicking, and as you can see, it's not loading. Unfortunately, that is the story of this system. So, here's kind of where I store just basically my important stuff. My passport's in there. You can throw it in your safe if you want to be extra secure. And in case of emergency, there's the life jackets. Grab one and head to the lifeboat. Women and children first. Some safety guidelines here and other magazines, art auction booklets, Waves, which is the Norwegian Cruise Line kind of magazine. They have some stuff for sale in the Trade Winds, which is a store on board. The phone's pretty cool. As you can see, it's flashing. That means I have a message. Most of the time, the messages that come through on this phone are spam. I'll call them spam because it's usually the Cruise Next people tell me to put a deposit down, or the cruise director tell me to go gamble my money away and play bingo. Credit card offer for NCL. It's that kind of stuff pops up on there. If you think it's important, you got a voicemail here waiting for me. But in fact, let's go. Let's hit it. Let's see what it is. Maybe it'll be important and make me eat my words. Let's see here. So the voicemail button. So it's not even working. Okay. Unless I'm doing that wrong.
Hello, mailbox 12501. You have 1 unplayed message and 2 saved messages. 2:21 p.m. from Cruise Rewards Desk.
Hi, this is Will from your Cruise Next team. We hope that you're having such a great time with us that you want to sail with Norwegian again. I wanted to remind you that tomorrow it's the last...
Okay, I do want to sail with Norwegian again, but only because you have solo cabins. And the other cruise lines, like they're getting on board with that. So you have a little competition, Norwegian. What's cool about this phone, though, is it's all touchscreen. So you don't have to remember numbers. If you want to call the operator, you want to make reservations, wake up call, order pizza, it's all right here. So you just click on something and it goes straight there. The gift shops will be closed by now, but call barred, as you can see. It's as simple as that, and that's, I think, is pretty cool. Here is where you control the mood lighting. Check that out. So there's 4 options here. This is the brightest. This will turn it on as bright as humanly possible. At least it should. I'm sorry. Correction. That controls the basically the mood lighting to change very slowly over time. So this one is actually the brightest. You just hit that and then the lights will go on as bright as possible. In case you need to see, getting up in the morning, you can turn off all the other lights. And you could really just use this. It's pretty bright. This one alternates. That's the one that we had in here the whole time while we were doing the tour. It just changes colors very slowly, like the colors of the rainbow. This one is for what they would think we were sleeping. I generally will turn it off because it's still kind of bright for me, but it definitely sets the mood to get you ready to go to bed. And this one, the little heart, I'll leave it up to your imagination. But it dims the lights and makes it nice little pink, very light red color. So we'll set the mood there for whatever you so desire. The only thing I don't like about this is there's no way to keep a color that you want it on. Let's say you like orange like it is right now, like it's really hard to see from the video. You can't just you just can't press it again and keep it on orange. It's just going to keep changing colors. So sometimes there's some pretty cool colors you might want to keep it on to kind of set whatever mood you want in the room, or you know, just to kind of have a certain vibe to your cabin. And I cannot press this again and keep it on this color right here, this very bluish white that's on right now, unfortunately. So that's something I wish we could do. You could just press it again and kind of pause the color, but it won't let you do that. It's going to keep changing until you press one of the other 3. In this case, I'll go back to white for now. So we're getting to the bed here. This is the basically like the night light reading lights. A little storage here for books or magazines. These are pretty nice, pretty bright, and they're kind of out of the way up here, so well, let's see. Here's our bed. If you're concerned about the comfort level of the bed, do not be. It's just as comfortable as everyone has said, if you read forums like I do. Very comfortable, very nice. And what more do you want me to say about it? It's very nice to sleep on, and I will certainly miss it when my cruise here ends in 2 days. So you got that padding that's all around, so you can kind of sleep in the corner there. There's plenty of room for one person, that's for sure. Plenty of room. So do not be concerned. There is storage under the bed, of course. That's where I've kind of placed some of these items here. So the bed is elevated and raised, and you can kind of store whatever you need there. So other than that, that really kind of completes our tour. That's basically the tour of the entire cabin. This is where your AC comes out of the top. And if I missed anything, I apologize. But if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot them to me over here on the comments, and I will certainly get back to you as quick as possible. Be advised, we were in that hallway just a moment ago, and there is a special perk for solo cabin folks like myself. There is a whole 2-story lounge that's actually down the hallway, and it's just for solo cabin cruisers only. Some unique perks in there besides, basically most of the time it's quiet and lonely, no one's in there. You can have it to yourself. Most of the time there's coffee in there, and beyond that there's actually an espresso machine. Everybody else on the ship basically has to pay for espresso at the coffee bar, but we actually have our own in there, and you can use it and make special coffee, specialty coffee. And there's always ice cold water in there, tea. The bar is usually open between 6 and 8 p.m. There's a TV in there. It's, kind of some tables to study on or read at, comfortable couches. So I'll show that as the second part of this video, just a quick little walk around in there, just to show you what it is. And we'll go down there right now. But this is the cabin, so I hope you like that quick tour. Grab my handy dandy key card, and I'm going to remain silent. I don't want people to know I'm recording a video to throw on YouTube, walking down the hallway talking to myself. So I'll show you the vending area that's on this little section of the studio, and then we'll go into the lounge. So here we go.